As you know, I like to read the Wall Street Journal. When talking to themselves, the capitalists will expose a little more of the information. And this right here is the weekend edition. And in the weekend edition, they're able to save up and develop stories. And right on the front page, so I talk about how imperialism creates violence and poverty in the third world. And they put down anybody who stands up against their power, who dares to strike out and forge their own destiny outside the influence of the monopoly capitalist. Right on the front page, Kim Jong Un's secret antagonists. In this article, the Wall Street Journal, continue on A12. In this article, the Wall Street Journal brags about a U.S. funded organization. U.S. funded organization that they admittedly go against European and Chinese law to try to attack the achievements of North Korea. They basically go against Chinese, a U.S. backed organization, the Free Joseon organization, praised by the Wall Street Journal, admittedly breaks Chinese law, breaks European law to try to break out and steal the intelligentsia of those in the embassies, the North Korean embassies around the world. They go in there, manipulate, bribe, try to get the people that were educated by the limited resources they have, a landlocked nation, North Korea. The few people with the limited food sources they have because of the sanctions, they take away those who they educated their whole lives. And the U.S. comes and bribes them and tries to get them. This is part of the process of brain drain. This is how the color revolutions worked in the former Soviet Eastern European nations. What they do is they use a cultural warfare, a cultural warfare, outright bribing to try to get the intelligentsia, try to get the most educated forces in these countries to flee or to rebel and destroy the countries that's helping the people of that country. North Korea would be a slave state of U.S. imperialism, like those around them, if it wasn't for the brave, courageous struggle against U.S. imperialism to form the nation of the People's Democratic Republic of Korea. And now, in the Wall Street Journal, they're bragging about breaking laws in China, breaking laws in Europe to try to get these people out, bribe them out. And then it goes on to say, just plain blatant out attacks on the people of North Korea. Then it says that North Koreans fear that the U.S. is going to take these forces, which they bribed to get out, and then use them to implement them in a new regime that's friendly with the U.S. This is Guaido, the Guaido in Venezuela. The U.S. imperialism has basically trained Guaido to be their next puppet. And the people that this organization is breaking the laws for to get from North Korea, the U.S. will then use them to go back and impose a regime against the people of North Korea. And in this Wall Street Journal, they are overtly praising terrorists and saboteurs of a sovereign state to attack the people of Korea and North Korea. as they try to bribe off the intelligentsia of the anti-imperialist countries like North Korea, Venezuela, etc. So they try to use their money that they stole from us and that we produced, is they try to lure them over here to be wealthy. Money they stole from us to try to go back and implement a regime controlled. With that money, they are denying us. We should be forming revolutionary anti-imperialist organizations from the working class, the oppressed nations, and the lower strata of the working class that is having our money stolen as they try to foment the contradictions of the anti-imperialist countries, destroy those countries. We need to organize on the contradictions right here in this country, in the belly of the beast, where we see we're being robbed and stolen from, forced to live in inadequate housing, not given health care, on the front lines, dying because of the virus of COVID-19. We take these contradictions and we organize anti-imperialist revolutionary organizations to overthrow them, to overthrow the monopoly capitalists, to destroy the power of the banks, to destroy the power of the oil companies that we are sent to die in wars for.